Hi guys, thanks for checking the video out. Steve Buzza here, and I'm in what I think the technical term is a mess. So this is my office. We have a baby on the way, so we're trying to reorganize things, aka all of my stuff seems to be going from prominent places and being chucked in here. But what is going to be happening, so this is my mission, is this set of clubs are going up on the wall. So today's video is basically the best what's not in the bag, because this is a really nice set of clubs and very sentimental as well. Before you all start saying, please can you give me them, I've given most of the other ones away. These are my sentimental ones. So let's start with the wedges. I had the Mizuno wedges, which was really cool. Like, if you look how they changed the grinds and stuff, you know, really well balanced wedges. But my most sentimental wedge is the Phil Mickelson. I think I got it at 61 now, but I'm not sure if you catch that. Look how I've dug away at the bounce. You can see how much this club is being used. This is the first generation of the PM grind. I didn't really like the second one, so this one has been in the bag. It goes in and out, in and out. But a lot of fond memories with this one. We then get to the irons, and these ones are the Mizunos that I got when I went over to England, which would have been before the world ended. So that probably would have been in 19. I think it was 19, when Rick Shields did his golf day. I went to Bearwood Lakes. Alex, the tour rep, built them in front of me. Still one of the coolest experiences I've had in golf. Had an awesome day watching him build them, getting all the weights right. Then we changed all the lofts and everything. So my Mizuno Stamped SB MP18, just a really, really nice iron. I had the KBS 130X, if you were wondering. But yeah, I loved these irons and loved the experience. Then we go to this one. So I don't have an affinity for 3-woods. I find it very hard to find one that I feel comfortable with, especially, and this might apply to you, if you're somebody that tends to get the club more of that Sergio lag move. Sometimes you don't do that well with 3-woods. It's hard to get the delivery. So a few seasons ago, I used the Tour Edge Exotics CBX, but in a 16 degree. So I basically carried this instead of my 3-wood. And I had pretty good success with it. Little too much spin to say it was a direct swap out for the 3-wood. But because I wasn't feeling good with the 3-wood at the time, it gave me a great option off the tee. So this was a really cool club. So that's how it got in my bag of niceness. And if we go to another hybrid, the Apex, and this one has a rip shaft in it, an X heavy shaft. I tended to struggle with hybrids. Starting to say I pretty much struggled with everything, but I struggled with hybrids because I found it very easy to turn them over. This club, with that smaller profile, was a game changer. It was probably the first hybrid that I've had that is really stayed in the bag and I felt really comfortable with. This was or is a really, really nice club. I like the shape of it as well. You know, quite sleek. The toe's not too high, so it just got a really nice balance to it. So yeah, I think this is a really, really cool one. If I was looking for a hybrid on eBay, I would type this one in. You'd get a great deal. Cool as well that I have so these were some head covers. You'll see it on this 3-wood as well. So we all know I love head covers. That was from the US Open a few years ago at Shinnecock. So those are really sweet. But let's get into the 3-wood. And the 3-wood, Big Bertha Alpha. And this one, I hit one of my most famous shots with. So when I made that eagle at Dartmouth, I hit the drive over the corner. This was what I actually had for the second shot. I believe it was the first time the club had even been out. I just had all my new Callaway equipment at the time. So this is a really nice 3-wood. Of all my Callaway 3-woods, I wouldn't say it was my favorite. My favorite was actually an XR Pro. I hit a crazy good shot with that one when I was in Thailand. I actually gave it away. I wasn't using it at the time, and I gave it away to someone who needed a 3-wood. And get some comments down below. We've all done this. You give away a club that you realize actually you quite liked, and you would have quite liked to have it back. Can't even remember who I gave it to. Jimbo probably just stole it thinking about it. So we go there, and then we go most famous head cover, or slightly behind Frank, Sir Buzzington Bear. The XR, but this is the Sub-Zero one, and I was really lucky to get this club. Phil Mickelson was using it. They weren't even planning on releasing it. They did it in a really, I think there were like 100 in Europe released. Basically, Phil Mickelson was using it. I think people spotted he was using it in like the February. So like the actual Sub-Zero product came out at the end of that year. But it was a bit like, oh, Phil's using the new driver, and he wasn't. It was actually a special one for him because Phil tends to spin it. So had good success with this one. I like this driver. Was it the best one I ever had? I would, of Callaway ones, I really like the Epic and the standard Epic. I didn't like the Sub-Zero one. So this shape is beautiful. I thought the Epic Sub-Zero, which I was lucky, I did have it first. I didn't like the shape. I thought the shape of the Epic, the standard Epic, was a beautiful, beautiful club. So if you were wondering, but this one's sentimental, you know, tour issue stuff. I'm a golf geek after all. I'm always gonna get suckered in by tour issue. Basically what's happened with my new set. In terms of putters, this is my Adele, and this one was fitted by David Adele. And the putter is good, a bit like the Mizuno irons. The fitting experience was awesome. I putt so much better now because of the fitting that I had with David Adele. So although I'm not using an Adele putter, I would class myself in putting, which was a massive, massive weakness, especially when I used to play more, especially my last few years as an amateur. Let's not beat around the bush. I was not very good at putting, but my first Adele really gave me stopped me changing. I was changing putters all the time. So my first Adele, kind of that fitting process, gave me a putter that was basically, it's you, Steve, not the putter. So because I stopped changing the putters, I took a lot of control. This one, David Adele fitted me not only for like the lines and stuff like they always do. He looked at my body dimensions and we changed the lie angle in particular, and we put me into a claw grip. I think that's had a huge impact on my putting. I'm trying not to curse myself and say I would class myself as a good putter. Well, I've said it now. I would actually say I'm a pretty good putter now, and my stats actually back that up. You know, I'm always in and around kind of strokes gained, you know, in and around 0 or pluses, which is average tour pro. That's pretty damn good. So that's the bag. Any questions, get them down. It will be going up, and hopefully it will stay up. And yes, I know this is a mess. I do have a lot of other equipment over here. Some of it's actually for future videos, and some of it is just mess. But the nice thing is, if I don't clean it up, the person who's holding the phone will give me the old 1-2 and then throw all my stuff out. So Don't worry, we'll get clean.